All right, so I just landed in Texas, and just a couple hours ago actually, and the first thing I do when I travel is I immediately go to the local grocery store and maybe a Walmart, and I stock up for the next couple months, at least maybe for the next month or so. And I don't know, maybe this is a little self-indulgent. I don't know if you'll care or not, but I thought it might be interesting to show you what it is that I get. These are the kinds of things that a director really needs, or at least I need. A little bit of a mix of princess stuff and masculine stuff. We'll see if we meet somewhere in the middle. But let me show you what I got. I got it all laid out here in my Airbnb that I'm staying in, where my family will be here tomorrow night. They'll be here for the first couple weeks. And then after that, it's going to be a few crew members staying with me. But here's a little bit of a mix and match of what I get. So here we go. Turn it around here. So this is the first indication of some of my princess stuff. So look at this. We got the Epsom salt and the sleep formula. When I travel, I sleep horrible. And so, I mean, I don't sleep great in general. I got ADHD, I'm a night owl. And when I'm making the show, though, especially and when I'm traveling, I'm hyper-focused and I'm thinking about the next day all the time. So I don't sleep great. So I started in Utah doing Epsom salt baths at night, and it started to help, actually. So that's why I've got that. So ghee, I eat keto. Okay, so that's one thing. If anyone knows me, they know that I'm a little bit obsessed with it. Probably neurotic. Sorry about that, but ghee is extremely healthy and great butter, but I mostly use it for cooking, and also I'll tell you about it, where else I use it in just a second. It's kind of weird. You might be freaked out. Mustard, of course, is a staple. Avocado oil, healthy mayo. It actually tastes good. So I'm huge on spices, and not because of taste, but just because of health. Cinnamon is a superfood hack. Turmeric is amazing for inflammation, great for the brain, all that stuff. And when you have turmeric, you're supposed to have, see, this video is going to turn into a bunch of nice tips for you. Turmeric, you're supposed to have black pepper. Apparently, just having raw turmeric by itself doesn't do as much for you. It doesn't cling to your body as well as it should, absorb as well as it should. And black pepper apparently is the secret sauce to helping that. So cream of tartar might be a little weird, along with pink Himalayan salt. Cream of tartar is super high in potassium, and pink Himalayan salt is sodium, of course. So I have both of those in my morning drink, which I'll tell you about in just a second. Of course, Ziploc bags, that's not interesting. 2 pounds of bacon. I won't eat that all in one sitting, but I do eat a lot of bacon. Beef, burgers, 2 ribeye steaks. Again, keto is high fat, super high fat, moderate protein, and super low carbs. And then ginger. So pickled ginger is apparently a superfood and great for digestion, great for metabolism. I eat it every day, little strips of it. Best butter in the world. Whatever you're doing, write this down and get this butter. Best butter in the world by far, and healthy. I'm huge on veggie drinks. So I found early on that eating raw veggies isn't actually good for me. It makes me feel bloated. It's a little tough to eat. If you feel the same way, you might like this. I have veggie drinks. So fortunately, this place has a blender, which is nice. And every day I will get a bunch of just tons and tons of spinach and kale, and I will put it all in a blender and with some cucumbers and apple cider vinegar, actually, which I have also every morning. But a little bit of apple cider vinegar in my drink. Let me see if there's anything else I put in my drink that I can find here. Oh, I'll put lemon juice in the drink. Lemon juice is a health hack. Trust me, it's amazing in every way. So then I make this big veggie drink. Also because I'm keto, this is when I get in some olive oil, which is super healthy, and avocado oil. And all those things go into this veggie drink. Sauerkraut, again, anything that is pickled, anything that is, I'm blanking on the word now, but it is extraordinarily healthy for you. I have a spoonful or 2 almost every meal. More burgers, and look at this, my foam roller. Every morning I get up and I do I'll turn it around for a second here. Every morning I get up and I foam roll my glutes and my legs and my upper back. I don't foam roll my lower back. Foam rolling your lower back is actually very bad for you, even though it might feel good in the moment. So a little tip. But foam rolling my glutes actually saved my lower back. It's the greatest thing for the lower back you can do, and I do that every single morning. And then I do my kettlebell. So the reason I'm stopping to talk to you for just a second is that I already mentioned this in a video that I did for the text community. So if you've texted me, and I'm going to put the number, it's going to just be right at the bottom of the screen here. If you haven't texted me, you can do that. But if you text that number, I will text you once or twice a week. Now, of course, I don't respond individually to every text, but I give you these little behind-the-scenes videos, random discounts on merch and DVDs and books and whatnot. I'll just randomly just do a discount that day. And I just keep things just kind of fun, and it's stuff you can't get anywhere else. So in the text thread that I did just the other day, I showed some people what I send from my house to Texas. And that included a big kettlebell, and that is what I do every morning. I do about 50, 75 kettlebell swings just to get in usually I'm getting up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I don't have time to do a full workout, so I just do that along with the foam roller. So the foam roller doesn't travel as well, so I usually buy one when I get here. Coconut oil goes with the ghee, and coconut oil and ghee will go in my bone broth. So I happen to intermittent fast, and so I don't eat until usually 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And the best way to break a fast is with bone broth. And bone broth is another superfood and great for digestion and all that stuff. So what I'll do is I'll heat it up, and then I'll put some ghee and some coconut oil in it, and maybe some turmeric and some black pepper. So I also buy boxes, which you don't need to see, of course. And that's just because I hate traveling, and I don't like to I have to do too much laundry, so I buy a bunch of boxes. Macadamia nuts, healthiest nuts in the world, highest fat, low carbs, green superfood in case I don't get in my busy drink. More high fat stuff, tons of eggs. I'm a huge egg guy. Lime juice, apparently the acidity in lime juice is great for you in the morning when you break your fast. That's what goes in my little morning drink with my green tea. I'm huge on tea. Green tea, matcha, black tea. I don't like coffee. Has too much caffeine, but you still need some caffeine because it's healthy. But green tea is amazing for the brain. More meat, and then this is the white trash version of high-fat foods that are. It's actually pork rinds are actually pretty healthy. Look, not too many ingredients. So, and then more and more veggies. So, anyway, there you have it. Again, am I a little neurotic? Yes. I'm a little too obsessed. Yeah, probably not that healthy to be this obsessed with being healthy, but it's going to put me at my best. Oh, and I forgot about I have avocados as well, and cheese, and dark chocolate. Dark chocolate, another superfood, 90% cacao, superfood. And what else do I have in here? Well, more cheese. So anyway, if you turn this off, if you're still with me, then thanks, because that was probably not all that exciting, but little insight, and I think it'll make my brain at peak efficiency for the next 2 months, which already am losing it, which I think you'll like. So I will talk to you soon.